Spain's Carlos Sainz, winner of the Monte Carlo Rally, round 1 of the 1998 World Rally Championship. The scenery gives away the location of round 2, the international Swedish rally, but can Sainz and his co-driver Luis Moya repeat that win? The rally began well for the pair. They were fastest on the first stage to take an early lead. The north of Europe plays host to the only true winter rally in the championship. Never won by a non-Scandinavian, last year saw Kenneth Eriksson take his 3rd win on his home event, despite the absence of the traditional snowy backdrop. There were fears that this year's rally would suffer the same problem, but heavy snowfalls in the 2 weeks before the start gave the spectators plenty to cheer. Eriksson was trying for win number 4, but this would be his last event for Subaru. Leg 1's 8 stages took the crews from the host city of Karlstad to Hagfors and back. It was bitterly cold, minus 11 degrees at one point, and snow was falling.
Mitsubishi's Richard Burns was tackling the rally for the first time and was a solid 7th fastest on the opening stage, but then made a small but costly error on the very next.
Can't see anything.
Burns' teammate Tommy Mäkinen passes the stranded Charisma. Fortunately, co-driver Robert Reid found enough spectators to help heave the Mitsubishi back on the road, but all the time the clock was ticking away.
Just went a bit wide on the exit of one corner, and the snow just dragged me in, and we ended up like in a ditch.
How much time have you lost?
I don't know, at least 6 minutes, 6 or 7 minutes, something like that.
Were the conditions particularly bad this morning?
I don't know what's good or bad.
In fact, over 9 minutes were lost, dropping Burns to 66th place. Stage 2 also caused a few headaches for Ford's Bruno Thierry, literally. Exhaust fumes leaked into the car, leaving Thierry and Stéphane Prévost feeling dizzy.
Un échappement qui est cassé, ça sort, il y a une odeur. Je sais pas ce qui se passe.
Didier Auriol also had a frustrating first day. Electrical problems caused a small fire and the delay resulted in a 20-second road penalty. Fortunately, Toyota were counting on 96 Swedish champion Thomas Rodström as their second entry for manufacturer's points, and he was fastest on stage 2, taking the lead from teammate Sainz.
No mistakes, and try to keep the car in the line, and it feels very easy because the handling is fantastic.
More than on any other event, the tyres used in Sweden are unique. Ford's Juha Kankkunen checks the studs on his, while over at Subaru, the only team to use Pirelli tyres, their choice was under close scrutiny from the Michelin man.
Obviously we're using very special tyres, and the grip we have here is probably more than we have in a lot of gravel stages elsewhere in the world.
Okay, it's a little bit slippery, but it's okay. The grip, it's amazing, the grip. Oh, you have to get a little bit confidence because you have so much grip. In the beginning, I'm braking too early, but it's like gravel with gravel tires, even more sometimes.
But it wasn't just the drivers and co-drivers who were concerned about grip. Power is nothing without control, as Piero Liati discovered, while Bruno Thierry was taking a little time to recover from the exhaust fumes he'd inhaled. He'd be in 10th place at the end of leg 1. Germany's Uwe Nittel, partnered by a Swedish co-driver, Tina Turner, was 9th. Like Toyota, Subaru had an extra car for a snow specialist. Kenneth Eriksson, though, could only manage 8th place.
Till höger 3 plus, 30, vänster 1, till höger 2.
Despite the time lost with his electrical problems and a lack of his turbo's water injection system on a couple of stages, Didier Auriol was 7th at the end of the day. The studded tyres meant that the competitors had no need to worry about the slippery conditions. The marshals, however, did have 1 or 2 concerns. The 1986 winner, Juha Kankkunen, was 6th at the end of leg 1.
30, medium left and K right over crest. 100, crest to very long medium left. crest 30, turn very long K right.
Colin McRae and Nicky Grist would be in 5th place when the rally returned to Karlstadt. The pair were denied a possible win last year by 2 spins on the final morning, so knew they were more than capable of victory.
Into K, 3 left plus tightens. And 6 right over crest, and 6 left, and 6 left over crest.
Sayat are the reigning Formula 2 world champions, but had the disappointment of losing their Finnish star Harry Rovanperä with a blown engine as early as stage 5. Oriol Gomez in the second works car was at least still going, but was caught on one stage by the Volkswagen Golf of Alistair McRae. Colin's younger brother was enjoying his second visit to Sweden.
The first 2 stages with a problem with the rear brakes, but we've got that sorted, and it's basically you just got to settle into this and see how the studs are going to last and try and learn a bit and then push harder.
Your brother said that before the rally he wanted lots of snow. Are you hoping for the same?
No, I think now if it stays consistent, we don't want a load of snow now because it changes all the conditions. If it stays the way it is, then it's ideal for me.
How much harder is it in 2-wheel drive?
A lot harder because you've only got the 2 wheels pulling you out the corners. The 4-wheel drive cars out the tight corners are so much quicker, and they leave different lines to what we use, so you need to drive the 2-wheel drive very neat and tidy.
Alistair would be 4th in F2 at the end of leg 1, while Sayat had the consolation of leading with the Swedish dealer team entry for Jörgen Jonassen. In the battle at the head of the field, reigning Finnish champion Marcus Gronholm was causing quite a stir by running 4th in his ageing Toyota Celica, making it 4 Toyotas in the top 7. With a new Corolla on the way, he was in a relaxed mood.
No, maybe I start without any pressure to this rally, and I do my best, and now the times are very good because I don't have no pressure, so we are going only, and after this rally we have the Corolla, so it's the last rally with Celica.
Just ahead of Gronholm was one of those new cars, the Corolla of Carlos Sainz, who reckoned that running first on the road was a definite disadvantage.
I think to open the road is not the best at the moment in these conditions because it's hard underneath and loose snow on the top, and we are cleaning the road quite a lot.
Abrirse frenando, izquierda salen derecha 40 terceras de tierra. Abrirse, izquierda derecha buena más corta de tierra, Sassar, para izquierda buena más corta de tierra, Ras, para zona rápida.
A familiar face in the crowd. Seppo Harjana was there to see how his replacement Risto Manison-Mäki was getting on alongside Tommi Mäkinen. He needn't have worried. The pair were second.
Huomio, nyt jatkuu lyhyt tuo vasen puspaa, Rytky ja K oikein.
But the leader at the end of the day was Thomas Rådström. He'd been fastest on 6 of the 8 stages, a brilliant performance. Just like Juha Kankkunen, Rådström prefers English pace notes.
Medium left minus. Crest 200. Little crest 80.
Rådström would now be the road sweeper, but he seemed happy enough.
The car is so easy to drive, and the problem is nearly every snowbank are gone already because all the other drivers have used it, so I have to keep a very clean line and don't touch so much.
Milder temperatures were forecast for day 2, which didn't please some.
I would like to have, a hell of a lot of snow, but I think I cannot do it, so it's the man upstairs who is going to decide what the weather is going to be.
There's not a Finnish snow dance you can do?
No, not really, I can't do.
Rådström's lead after leg 1 was 24.6 seconds, with Mäkinen, Sainz, Gronholm, McRae and Kankkunen separated by a further 1 minute 7 seconds. But what of Richard Burns? After his costly mistake on stage 2, he'd been going well and finished the day in...
Following his victory in the Swedish rally, Colin McRae, of course, led the British challenge. The commentators are Tiff Needell and Mark James.
Lush green vegetation, not what you'd normally expect to see in Africa in late February, but this year the rains came early. Rivers, normally bone dry, were in flood, but the news wasn't all good. Soil had been washed away, leaving roads resembling rocky assault courses and making the world's toughest rally an even more daunting proposition. After 2 rounds of the FIA World Rally Championship, Carlos Sainz held a 6-point lead in the Drivers' Series, while Sainz's win in Monte Carlo and his 2nd place in Sweden meant that Toyota also led the Manufacturers' Championship, and so to Africa.
Hopefully we will be in the pace. It is, of course, a little bit of disadvantage to be the first time with the car here when the others has been with the car before, no? But I think we have been testing quite a lot. Toyota was here in December, trying to find out what could be the problems, and seems to be everything okay.
Everything has gone really well during the last 10 days we've had practicing and testing. All we've had to do is like routine maintenance on the car. We've had less punctures than we had last year because Michelin have come up with a better tyre for the event, so there's a really strong possibility to win here.
I hope it goes like 2 years ago when we won Swedish Rally, and then immediately after that this one. It was very good.
Juha, the Safari Rally was your first World Championship win. Does it have an emotional place in your rallying career?
Yeah, that's always the first one. First win is always the one which one you remember with good memories.
It's very easy to retire here, so to have some points would be nice, but to have 10 points would be even nicer for us at the moment.
Round 3 of the series was the first of 5 events outside Europe. Kenya's Safari Rally is based in the capital city, Nairobi, and covers over 1,200 miles during the 3 days. The 4 main competitive sections of Leg 1 were in the hills to the south of the city. But the first section was something new, a spectator stage around Ngong Racecourse on the outskirts of Nairobi. First to start was the championship leader, Carlos Sainz. The heavy rain had been replaced by baking sunshine, and dust would be a hazard throughout the rally. The rain, however, had left deep ruts, and even the short opening stage demanded care. The rally soon moved on to more familiar territory.